one cloud.
Cool. So, not to go into too much time because we got some shit to do. I think for the reasons and for the sake of kind of putting a little bit more light on what you guys have done, Connor, it'd be cool if you introduce yourself, and then we do the who's who, and then I've got 2 more questions, and I think that's that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, do you want like my background or? Oh yeah, he can't hear. Okay, so.
And remember that I can't hear you, so
yes, I figured that
going on whatever you say.
Okay. So,
and that you're recording.
Yes. Okay. So who's Connor? I'm Connor. I'm a chaos pilot. I live in Denmark right now, but I grew up in the States, in Wisconsin. I wanted to study product design for a long time, and that didn't really work out. And then I moved to Denmark, and now I'm here.
Me?
Yeah.
My name is Nicholas. I grew up in Vejle, not far from Aarhus.
Okay.
What? Okay, we keep rolling. Yes, grew up in Vejle, not so far from here. Always, in some ways, been doing something with the visuals. It's been graffiti or street art or other shit. And now I do some illustrations for children. And is also a student at the Chaos Pilots, and hang out with you.
Yeah. Get out of my video.
Okay, number 2. Next question.
So then I think thanks for the introductions, that's really cool. So next question is a little bit around the how-to and how the cooperation or how the collaboration has been. If there's any insights for the 2 of you, and how your worlds have actually come together to create this thing.
How our worlds have come together. I sort of just told you we're going to do this.
You kind of dragged me into this.
Yeah.
And the world kept spinning around us and not really anything around it. No. So I think the beginning of the process, especially for you, was very much about somehow expressing yourself, or like your physical self in a way, with what's inside of it.
Yeah.
And I think from that we kind of got into figuring out that it was more meaningful to do something like where each other's lives kind of find each other, and I think that has been through climbing, and that kind of led us to working with that field, which I think is interesting, because for me those 2 worlds, like climbing and expressing yourself visually, has for me never had anything to do with each other, but have both had so much to say when it comes to finding some inner peace by getting some kind of outlets, and if that outlet have been either drawing or if it's been climbing, it has given the same kind of peace, and now we're trying to work with that within the visuals, and that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's sort of like the whole thing has sort of become a symbol of friendship
Yes, and mountains
and colors.
Would you say locking into a format like this is helpful? Knowing that there's 3 weeks for establishing this kind of collaboration, and then 3 weeks to show the work.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. I don't know. We've never done anything like this before, so I can't say that this is more helpful than something else. But it's sort of. It makes me tell him what to do.
Which you're not allowed to else.
Yeah.
No, it works. I've liked this format.
Yeah, me too. It's good.
Okay. So the last one, I would say I wrote down what makes it work to work together. When we are feeding this when we're feeding this forward, what would you say is a good entry for new collaborators to keep in mind?
I mean, try to be. I mean, I know Nicholas very well, but I think it's still, especially for new collaborators, it's very important to be as considerate as possible, like about what they can do and what they're comfortable with and what they sort of see out of the collaboration and so on. So it's always good to keep in mind, but also just good.
Yeah, and then I think when you are complete new collaborators, you should like take advantage of the fact that you actually don't know each other, because it can bring you to other places that we might have went because of the fact that we know each other.
Yeah.
Like there's not as many assumptions to work from, or maybe there's more, but I think not knowing each other is a really good place to work from, and you should try to figure out how to take the fullest advantage of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's not an advice.
So, and the last thing, when is this opening? It's opening at what time on your side?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday the 17th.
This is a kind of rain come shine, come snow. You will still be there and people can still see you and meet you.
Yeah, definitely.